What's up, YouTube fans? Today I want to take a look at the Touch Toys Tiger. This was sent to me by Jordan W. Thanks for allowing me to take a look at your copy. This is a unique character. This company has made a few other army vehicle style transforming robots, and now we have this tank figure. And so it isn't really a character from anything. It does look very German. We also have really nice paint. It's fully painted throughout, and it looks pretty cool. Let's go over the articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate around. You can get a little bit up, a little bit down, and you get side to side out of that. They did put a collar in to make it look, give it that, suit look, but it does kind of hinder the head a little bit just because you have that collar around. You have a shoulder rotation. You want to watch out for this piece right here, so just make sure that's rotating past. It's very tight. All the joints are nice and tight. Some of them are too tight, but rotates around. It's also can go up on this hinge right here, and you can lift up on the outer hinge. Just watch out for collision. But you can combine the two, so you can use this or you can use this. We have a rotation here at the elbow. There is a double joint kind of built in. By default, it's sort of hidden because it's collapsed up like this out of the box. So make sure you collapse this down to get the full arms out here. And you do have a rotation here at the bicep. It's tight, like I mentioned. You have a double jointed elbow. You kind of have to move this out of the way, and then you can use the joint at the bottom and the joint at the top. It still just gets you 90. So it's not really, you can't really utilize the double joint. You have a rotation at the wrist, individually articulated fingers here, and they are pointy fingers. And then the thumb is on a ball joint and a hinge, so you can move that, pose it. Pretty nice hands, actually. They feel pretty good. They don't feel spindly and cheap. Going down to the waist, you have a waist rotation. I was surprised that there's not really much ab crunch. There's a little bit. You get that much. Maybe it's because it's very tight, but you do get a little bit out of that. This doesn't feel so great. You have hip skirts here on the front and back. There's this side one here. Sometimes that gets in the way. Just fold it all the way up. You don't really need it. Just get it out of the way. It doesn't do anything. You can kick the leg forward up to here. It has a click point in there. I don't like that because I want to be able to put it at whatever position I want. It's very tight though. Back to here. There's a click point there, there, and there. Out to the side, and that also has a locking point right there. You can pose it out where you want it, but I just don't like the fact that it has a locking point. You don't need it. For the knee, you have this knee pad here that moves independently. You have a double jointed knee, gets you all the way back to there. That's pretty cool. For the ankles, you have ankle tilt this way and this way, and then you have toe tilt up. So you can, and you have forward and backward rocker here, so you can get him walking. And I recently had a conversation with Bobby Skullface about what we call things. I call this ankle tilt and this ankle pivot. And I know people use different terms. I've always used it that way. He calls this a rocker. But anyway, for accessories, we get a cannon. It is painted the same color. I think this is die cast. I feel like the end of this is die cast. And I tried to put a magnet on it. It didn't attract, but it feels very heavy and it feels like it's cold, like metal. You can do a couple things with this. You can come to the top. There's a little slot right here. Only on one side, so you got to put it on the right side. This will slide down into there, and now you can display it like this. That's my favorite, personally, over the shoulder cannon. You can also take it, if you lift up on this chest, fold out on this peg. There's a little tab for you to grab onto, and then close that back down. There's a little peg now. You can plug this in here, and now you get this chest cannon There you go. And not my personal favorite. Not trying to make him look like Warpath, but you can do that, or you can come to the hand here, and you can pull this off the peg. It is nice and tight, and feels good. And that's another good one. I think this is a good use of it, to have it on the hand as a weapon. So you get some nice options with that. You also get some blast effect pieces. So you get this one here, which will fit over the top like that, and then you get this smaller one here, which will fit inside the barrel. And between the two, you get this effect. That's really good looking. It's a very, very well done effect. We also get an axe with, again, a metal handle here. This piece looks exactly the same as the barrel of the gun, so that's interesting they did it like that. It's got a kind of a motif, obviously, tank motif. But yeah, this feels like die cast. It looks really good. I think the top part is plastic, the bottom part is die cast. Gold paint, gunmetal, silver, or I guess gray paint. This will fit in the hand, so we can open up the hand and you can hold it. It doesn't really like peg in, but definitely holds it pretty well. And then you can do a little bit more with it. You can put these here. Let's just put this down. You can put these effect parts on it, and that really adds to look. One side has a peg, one side has a square peg. So square peg on this side, a little slot right here in the axe that'll just tab in. And then on the other side, we've got a smaller tab that's going to tab into the back. And you can kind of see they're going to line up. And that's a really cool looking axe. You don't get a lot of these, in Transformers. Other lines you do, but that's pretty good looking. And for your size comparisons, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime and the Fans Toys version of Warpath, just another tank that I have in my collection. And yeah, he's MP scaled. Now, I don't have the other Touch Toys figures, but I think they all kind of fit together. All right, now let's get him transformed into tank mode. And one thing I forgot to mention during articulation is you can pull the arms out to get you a little bit more room. So, it doesn't collide or anything. It's part of the transformation, but it also allows you to get a little bit more articulation. But we are going to start on the arms. So go ahead and pull the arms down and out. Come to the side here. You can fold this up. Fold up on this panel, fold up on this panel, and those can sit like that. Come to the hands and rotate it up. You want the hands so that they're flat like this, and then you want the thumb on the outside. This panel right here, from the inside, is tabbed in here and here on the side of the arm. This can come up and flip and sit flat on the top. We can unpeg this from here, rotate this around, and just leave this here. For this panel down here, we're going to flip this open, bring this up. This has to double hinge down so it lines up with this. So you get that all the way down. So you can see there's like a little wiring there. And then this panel is going to sit right on the outside like that. So that's what it should look like. Bring this up. So this is going to go on a double hinge. Bring this arm down on the double hinge all the way. And that's going to kind of plug in right here. You can see this panel sort of made the top of that arm. So bring this back on the double hinge, and that'll fit in right there. And there's this slot right there and a tab. I actually accidentally closed this, but this is going to come up and tab in right here. So you'll have this panel. This panel is going to come down. So on a double hinge, make sure you fold in this little tiny panel right here to the inside. And then this will come down and peg into the side of this arm. Right. Rotate this back down, come to the inside. We're going to lift up this. This is tabbed in here and on the back. So make sure you unpeg this and this. This is going to hinge out all the way on a double hinge until it sits right here. We can open up this wheel and just leave this here for now. We do have to double hinge this down, so obviously the tread will line up, but leave it open because you need the space anyway for later. All right, bring this down, leave it like that. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do it off camera. I'll be right back. All right, now that we got both arms taken care of, we'll take care of the chest. So come to the inside here. We're going to unpeg this from here. It's pegged into the front. So there's 2 tabs and 2 slots. So unpeg that. That will allow you to take this whole thing, rotate it forward on that double hinge. On the bottom here, we're going to rotate these up so they go around this piece here, and they should line up on the top. On this side, you're going to bring this up, and that's going to come right here. Leave this peg out because that is for the actual cannon. Then we're going to come to the back here, and we need to unpeg this from here so you get a little bit of room right between the heads that allow you to lift up the head, rotate the head in, fold this down, bring these down. On the back here, we're going to accordion this up and just make sure you have the number facing upwards, and that's going to peg into the back right there. Kind of a finishing touch, you're going to take this, rotate this hatch to the inside so it sits on the top of there. Alright, so this is what we should be looking like. Now I'll take care of the legs. The legs are a little bit more challenging, but come to the back here. We're going to unpeg this rear hip skirt. It actually holds the legs together, and it tabs into the back here. So that releases the legs. You're going to pull these legs down. Maybe I'll lift this up so you can see what's happening. So these legs are on a double hinge. You're going to tab them together once you get these pieces down. Just give them a little squeeze so that that black piece in the middle gets tabbed together. I'll put these back down. On the inside, you're going to fold these side pieces in, and then we can close that back up. That'll just peg right back in. All right, now we can take care of the legs. And the legs are definitely the trickier part of this transformation. So come to the bottom here, we can rotate this leg out, this foot out, fold the heel spur, and the heel spur is die cast. I forgot to mention that. Actually, this is die cast and that's die cast. This is going to fold up and sit like that. Open up this panel right here. We can come to the top here, fold that out. Come to the sides, you're going to unpeg these panels on both sides, which releases this piece here. So you can bring this back down, fold this over, tab that in, fold this over, tab that in. You can bend the knee, that's going to allow you to rotate this around and then close that back up. Fold the knee forward, and actually we can just leave this back like this for now, but it should end up like this. We're going to take this foot, it's going to end up folding so it sits just on the side of his abs, so the toe is sitting up like this. We're going to bring this down, we're going to bring this down, and now we're configured for the next step. So that's one side. So I can go ahead and do the other side. I'll do it off camera. I'll be right back. All right, now we have both legs configured. We can peg them together. You can see those tabs in the middle. Just get that pushed together. And by the way, I forgot to mention these knee pads actually tab in to the top of the thighs. So make sure you hit that tab. All right, but this is what we should be looking like. We can leave these treads, but we are going to fold those out eventually. So leave them down like that. Now we can bring this piece of the tank up, bring this down, bring this tank tread forward on this double hinge. You're going to fold it all the way up. Leave this down. And then fold this all the way down. And you want to hinge it back until it meets up here on the back. Right? There's a little hook peg right there, so you're going to get this up and over and pegged into there. And make sure this tab on the top also makes its way in. So it should look something like this. Then you're going to take this, just lift this up a little bit. Give yourself some room. Actually, come to the inside. We'll lift up on this and rotate this forward so this tab is on the top. Now we'll take this whole thing and accordion this back. This piece on the front is just going to fit in right there. This piece is going to fold up. Make sure you have that wheel folded out. But this is going to fold up on a double hinge. It's a little tricky to get it. You got to get it all the way back. And if you don't have things correct, then this wheel won't line up with this tab. So that's how you know you have it. So this should come back a little bit more until it reaches that tab spot. And also, if this isn't all the way back, then you'll have that same issue. All right. So now we're going to take this, tab that in right here. On the top, there is a slot in the top of this tread. So get that tread plugged in. You might need a spudger or something to help you push it down, but basically get that pegged in to the top of the wheel. And sometimes it can be tough to line it up, so line it up and then use a spudger to push it in. It should be kind of at an angle like this. All right, now that we got that one in and we got this one in, we can take this and fold this up, and that's going to tab in right here. So peg that in. Come to the back. We're going to slide this up all the way. This is going to fold and peg into the top. All right, so that's one side. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we got both sides in. On the front here, we can just tab it together. And you can see there's a peg between these two panels. So make sure that makes its way in. Then we're going to take this turret. This is going to rotate around. So it's facing the front. You do have this little gun here. Just make sure that's positioned correctly. You can see here I don't have this tabbed in, so it's popping up a little bit. So just push that down, tab it in. This is going to come back. There's a peg, so it's actually pegging in to the inside. You're doing it in the blinds. You can't really see, but it should peg in. Final step, take this and plug it in right here. All right, there is Tiger Tank mode. Really, really cool looking. I really like how this came together. I do think this one is a little bit easier to transform than the others. It's still pretty complex, but it's definitely more fun and intuitive. Here's the back. A little bit open in the back, but really nice looking treads here. Very realistic looking tank. We got some symbols here, number 131. Like I mentioned earlier, we got stickers that we can apply if you want to. I'm not going to apply them because it's not my figure, but you can add numbers or whatever. It does look very nice. We have rotating turret here. You can lift up and down on this using the peg that it's attached to. You can also open up this cockpit or hatch. There's nothing to see underneath. There's a screw, but nice symbol there. Overall, really good looking. It doesn't have any wheels to roll on, so there's nothing, you can't roll, but it's a very good looking tank. We can use those same blast effects here in tank mode. We can put this on here, and we can put this on here, and we get this little machine gun, I assume, and you can get a little blast effect for that. Very, very cool. I thought maybe there might be a spot for this to sit. I haven't found one. I don't see one in the book. So I don't think there is. I don't know, maybe it attaches somewhere. But yeah, for now, I don't think there's a place to store this in the tank mode. But overall, really good looking. For size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime. It is a smaller tank. I'm not sure in real life what size this tank is, but it does seem a little bit small in the MP scale. Either way, though, I think it's a really good looking tank. So final recommendations on the Touch Toys Tiger Tank. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5. I'm going to recommend it. It's a pretty cool figure, especially I like how they designed the robot mode to be able to use this cannon in multiple ways. That's pretty unique. Usually it only goes in one place. It can go on the shoulder, it can go on the chest, it can go on the hand, and you get these blast effects. The blast effects definitely add to this figure. The tank mode is also really cool. It's a very unique tank. We don't get that very often. So I just like the design of it. Transformation is challenging, but not frustrating like some of the prior figures from Touch Toys. I think this one is actually the most fun that they've put out. So I definitely recommend this if you're a fan of like World War II vehicles. I think it's World War II. Then I think you'll enjoy this. But that's it for today. Thanks to Jordan W. for sending this review. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.